Right, everyone, it's Elbis and Elbis. I'm joined here with Elbis.
Hi, pal.
And, well, today it's a bit of a different one. Obviously, you're probably expecting, oh, God, where's the album review?
Well,
Where's the bloody season 2?
it's another update, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes this one hasn't been so much forced upon us, but it's not an apology because we never apologise.
Well, I asked
about
for
that, but we
anything,
never
so
do.
get stuffed.
But I it's kind of addressing our lack of productivity.
Well, yeah, the thing is for Elbis and Elbis, we always want to maintain high standards, and we want to translate them high
Yes.
standards across to the audience. Now we feel recently there's sort of we've left a few question marks. I
Well,
think
there's
for the
been
audience
the biggest
recently.
thing's been Christmas merch.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
people have been waiting for this Christmas
They've
merch.
been banging on about it for bloody ages.
You know, if you've been to the store recently, which I'm sure you have, because most people do,
Well,
we haven't done any Christmas merch or like that.
Nope.
Now, I can explain why there's been a lack of productivity, especially from me.
Right.
Especially from me. But to do that, it kind of involves a dream or vision, which is why I think I should call an emergency dream or vision.
Really?
And I don't know whether you've had any dream or visions. You could.
Well, let's just say.
But I have to explain something,
few.
and the best way for me to explain it is in the only way I know how, which is dream or vision. So I would like to call an emergency dream or vision, if that's okay with you.
Well, for me, it's absolutely fine. You call it an emergency dream or vision because I've also had a few myself.
Oh well. So should we do a dream or vision?
Let's get into it.
I've got the theme tune lined up here. So.
Don't you wonder sometimes if it's a dream or a vision? Well, that was the intro there, and a lot of people are saying, oh God, when bloody Elbis and Elbis do the intro again for Dream or Vision, will they have lost it?
Yeah.
Will they have lost it?
No.
Let me tell you something. That's proof we haven't.
I think we've just answered that question there, and I'll tell you what, it was nice to do it again.
Quite conclusively.
I enjoyed that. It was good. It was like the good old days.
It really was, in a way.
Anyway, before we were famous.
You've called this emergency dream.
I have, yeah, and it's to explain my lack of productivity and what's been going on. And well, what it is how I've always said that nobody ever had a good idea by thinking.
Well, yeah, you have always said that. Yeah, you
have. Normally, I don't think, and a good idea strike me like lightning.
Well, it's sort of like the universe sort of provides it to you.
It does, and all you've got to be is receptive. You've just got to be receptive to it, and you will get those ideas. And this is, people at home are probably wondering where we get all our ideas from, and that's kind of part of the process. It's not quite as simple as that, so don't go trying it. But
if you think you can have as good ideas as us,
you're
an idiot.
You won't be as receptive. However,
let's just say
there has been a problem now with season 2, which people are waiting for and nattering about. And all
Stop banging on about it.
Well, with season 2, we have to write a new story. We need to have dream or visions and things like that.
That's a lot of work.
Now, I've had a bit of a problem the last sort of few weeks.
Well, what's been going on?
Well, let's just say there's a certain public figure.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not naming any names because we're not controversial.
Wow.
There is a certain public figure, and he's been really getting on my nerves.
Oh, yeah.
And to the point where I've been really furious all the time.
Yeah.
And especially in the last week, I couldn't sleep, because I was that furious.
Oh, yeah.
And I was literally just laid in bed every night, just like with a red face, grinding my teeth and stuff, and just like
steam out the ears.
Yeah. And so when you're in that sort of state, you're never going to have a dream or a vision because you're not sleeping.
Well, you need to be relaxed, don't you?
And then through the day, I'm just like so tired through the day. I'm not going to have my creative lightning strikes, are they?
No.
So what I did was I do you remember like when I was a Buddhist?
Oh, well.
Yeah, mentioned it before.
You sort of say you
wasn't. And what I did is I employed one of the meditational techniques, let's just say. Which, now, don't worry, it wasn't transcendental meditation with binaural beats. It was just a normal, regular meditation. And what I did is I thought, this public figure, and I might have mentioned this before to you, I don't know if it was on the poddy or if it was in just normal life. If you remember, back in the last series, season 1, I was getting really good at going to the realm and stuff like that.
Well, yeah,
quite powerful. Yeah. And we think you'd started to go to the realm.
Well, I did in a way, and I think my dream or vision will confirm that.
Oh well, that'll be interesting. But I haven't been to the realm or anything.
Further
I've been
progression.
too furious. I've just been too furious to do anything. Yeah. So I employed this meditational technique and went into a bit of a trance. With a view, I thought, I'm going to see if I can go through the realm and I'm going to target said celebrity, public figure. So that I could have a word with this person and just like say, you know, pack it in what's, you know, annoying me and all that. And then maybe I can get on with my life again.
Yeah, hopefully.
So anyway, I did. And I found myself in a real sort of state of tranquility. And I sort of became aware again. And I was on a football pitch, or for our American viewers,
soccer
field.
Arena.
Soccer field,
well, yeah, right.
I would probably say. I was on a soccer field. Now, I was on the soccer field, and if you remember, like when I was younger, I was quite a good soccer player, and obviously with my karate background and all that, you know, I could be quite a formidable opponent.
Or for the French viewers,
field.
Or football field.
Yeah. Whatever. There is a French viewer actually, isn't there?
Well, that's what I thought. Well, you've got to accommodate. Listen, people say, oh, God,
somebody's been
Elbis and Elbis, they don't know what they're doing. Listen, no one accommodates our viewers like we do.
Carry on. I was on the soccer field.
Oh yeah.
The football pitch.
The football field.
And I look across, and on the other team is only this
public
jackass.
Really
annoying me.
All right.
And I thought, right, okay.
Did you get into it?
I did, yeah.
Good.
And I was like doing all my old tricks from my playing days. I was like studs down the back of the leg.
Oh yeah.
Standing on his foot, going straight through him when the ball comes. Really bullying him. And I don't think there was a ref there because I won't get booked or sent off or anything. And it was, it was real satisfying. I thought, this is brilliant. It's really taking my aggression out on said public character who's annoying me. And I felt a lot better about it. And I sort of, I went and I woke up. And I woke up and my eyes sort of went to the side. And he was only in the bedroom. Said public figure was in the bedroom. A monkey was laid next to me. And he was sticking his finger in her eye. What? And looking at me with a big grin on his face. Seriously. And I couldn't move. I was completely paralysed. And I was going, get off her! Like that, because my mouth wouldn't move. And I was going, get off her! And he was like looking at me and laughing and poking her in the eye. And anyway, eventually I went, ah! Like that. And then he'd gone. And I was like, oh God, that was weird and everything. And it just made me think, maybe he's a dark wizard of sorts. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I'm messing with things I shouldn't be, and he's more powerful than I am.
Well, people say about these bloody public figures of authority.
Yeah, they might be dark wizards.
There could be something going on with them. Now, that is quite weird, what you experienced there.
Yeah.
Now, I'm thinking, maybe it was like a response to you.
That's what I mean. It's as if he knew what I was doing. Yeah. And then he's come for me and thought, don't go doing that, Now, there's sort of a couple of responses I can have. One, sort of try and get over it and just, calm down
about it.
Yeah. Which
I'd probably say get some sleep as well.
If you know me, well, I can't sleep because I'm too furious.
Well, I suppose.
So, I mean, if you know me, that's unlikely. Now, what I'm thinking is, I've seen a picture of his house.
All right.
And I'm not going to go down physically.
Hang on a minute.
No, I'm thinking
someone's going to be controversial here, and it's not Elbis.
No, I'm thinking of going astrally. I'm thinking of astrally projecting and responding in kind, returning the threat. Do you know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying I'm going to poke his wife in the eye, because that's out of order.
Hang on a minute.
Right. But I'm going to...
There's some controversial stuff going on here. So let's just say I'm going to alert him of your presence.
Exactly. I'm going to say, you think you can mess with me? Well, I'm going to mess with you. Yeah. So there's an ongoing thing. I'm going to keep the fans updated on this. Now, and I will say, said public figure was not a footballer. I'll repeat that. He was not a footballer.
Well, I think we should say he's a public figure of authority.
Yes, he is. But I'm saying no more than that.
That's it.
And anyway, the whole reason for that is that's why I haven't done any creative work recently, because it's just winding me up constantly every day, all day. So anyway, sorry about that, but I'll keep you posted on how my astral attacks go. So I think
that astral
Dark Lord was. I'm going to start. We'll refer to him as the Dark Lord.
Yeah. And I think that astral attack was worthy of an emergency dream or vision.
I think it was. I just needed to...
Definitely. So I'm quite happy that you've called that anyway.
The thing is, it's like we spoke, we have business meeting every now and again, you know, keep track on things. And I was going to tell him, you know, I was going to say like, oh, Elbis, this is why I haven't done any creative work at all for ages. And I thought, well, I might as well record it and put it out there and, you know, have an emergency dream or vision as just tell you that in our, you know, office or whatever.
Well, yeah, I appreciate
so
that.
So anyway, that's me.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'd had a couple of interesting dream or visions.
Well, just tell us one.
Note down. Well, no, I just...
Let's see how the first one goes. And then
well, the first one is pretty long, but the second one isn't that long, but it's got an interesting point to it. So, anyway, right, so this first point, right, well, not first point, but the first dream or vision, let's just say.
All right.
So, anyway, it starts, right, and I'm off to prison.
Oh, God.
So, something's going on, right? But I don't know what I'm going to prison for, but I know it's bad. And I know I'm going to be there a long time.
Now, this is interesting. Go on.
Right. So, I'm being, like, taken to my cell, but, like, the police officers are, like, beating me and that. And, like, you know, like, proper punching me and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, you know, get stuffed and all that.
Yeah.
And anyway, they leave me and that. And there's, like, 2 other people in the prison. Right, in the cells next to me. And it's a man and a woman. Right, so I'm like, oh,
so it's a mixed
jail. Let's just
I don't
say,
think they do mixed jails.
Well, this one was definitely a mixed jail, or it was a person of, let's just say,
questionable
fluid
gender. Yes.
Gender.
Yes.
So anyway, this man and possibly person of fluid gender. Well, if that's what you call it.
Yeah.
Or them, or the.
You just call them a person.
Identity.
Call them a person.
Yeah, person. Yeah. The person. Yeah. They was like friends, right? And they was like sort of like, oh,
were they
what's going on and that?
Slightly more than
well,
friends,
no, it was a very professional. Well, I wouldn't say professional, but I'd say it was nothing more than going to the pub and having a beer every now and then.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
That sort of.
But it was in a cell together.
Yeah, so you know you get to know each other quite well and that because you see each other every day. You're in the same boat.
Was it an attractive person of questionable gender?
Well, let's just say. I'm sure she's a bloody nice person. Oh, they are.
They are a nice person. Yeah.
And this man was like, oh, God, you know, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, well, you know, I'm in prison and that.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, that's a shame. Anyway, they was like chatting to me and that, like, oh, yeah, getting to know me and stuff.
What, like through the wall or something?
Oh, yeah, well, it was like some bars and that. So I was like on the bars talking to him. It was like, oh, you know, how's it going and that? He was like, yeah, all right. Anyway, I got quite good mates with these 2 people. And this woman comes along, right, who was a police officer.
Yeah.
But she was different to the other police officers because she was nice.
Oh, right, okay.
She was a nice, and she was.
She
was a, let's just say, a nice,
looking
woman in the way she appeared.
Yes.
Now
the uniform suited her well. Let's just say.
Well, you could say that in a way. Anyway, this woman comes and she's real nice and that. She's like, oh, what's going on and that. And anyway, one day she comes along and she says, she looks at the 2 people and she's like, there's someone here to see you.
All right.
And they're like,
did it feel realmish? Can I just ask?
Yeah, it did. It you
could have been an astral.
Now, what you're saying about that is, did it feel real? It did feel real to me.
You should have put your hands on the bars and gone, oh God.
You don't get me wrong, I had my hands on quite a few things, bloody hell.
Oh, yeah? Really?
Well, this bloody police officer coming every now and then.
Well, we don't need to know
well, I just meant, like, you know, just meant...
sordid astral adventures. Good
anyway, this bloody police officer comes, she says, you 2, there's someone here to see you. So like, all right then. So they go off. Turns out...
I mean, it's unethical of her to...
well, yeah, it is very unethical. And this is what I'm thinking at the time.
Yeah.
Turns out there was no one there to see him, and she let them out. She lets them out.
She maybe wanted a bit of a
helps them. And, well, let's just say, I would have obliged.
Oh, well.
Anyway, these 2 people go away and that, get escape, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? You know, why are I going with them? This is stupid. And I kick off again. Anyway, these bloody officers come in and beat me down again.
Okay, what, on this?
Yeah, well, no, not the woman. She was all right, but the other police officers come in, and I'm like sat there. And anyway, a bit of time goes by, and I'm not sure how much time, but it was a lot because all my bruises had come down and stuff, and I'd like not been attacked for a long time, and I knew I had like a telly in my cell now.
Oh, right, okay.
So like I'd been
Good
like
behaviour.
I'd been behaving well. Let's just say.
Mm.
And anyway, I was watching the telly and a bit of rugby was on.
Mm.
Now, fans of the poddy may know that I am a fan of the game of
With the
rugby.
oval ball. Yeah.
And I was watching it, and anyway, there was a camera shot and it cuts to the crowd. Yeah. And in the crowd was the two people who escaped the prison.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on there? I need to get there. What's going on? Anyway, the police officer comes, the woman.
Yes.
And she goes, there's someone here to see you.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, okay.
So
she texts me.
Yeah.
Like, she grabs me by the arm, texts me, and I'm like, there's this man at the door, and he's wearing like a white suit.
All right.
Not like a suit, but like a wet gear.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm all in like white prison gear.
Right.
In fact, he was in a black gear, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's like, you need to, I need to know where this thing is.
Mm.
And there's like the door of the prison right there. And I go, I think oh yeah, it's out here, mate. It's out there. And he goes, no, it's not. It's up there. I'm like, no, it's out. It's definitely out that door. He goes, hang on a minute. You're a prisoner. You're a prisoner. He's a prisoner. He's escaping. With that, I just leg it out the prison, right? And I run, and I get chased by this police officer. Now the police officer was he was like, yeah, he was a figure of authority, let's just say. He was high up in the police ranking.
He was one of the,
and he was chasing me, and I say, well, I was running up this, like, I ran to this building, went to this, like, up these stairs, and it was a balcony, and I was like, God, it's a dead end.
Right.
So he's coming up, so what I did is I jumped off the balcony.
Yeah.
And then, like, ran away and got away.
Mm.
Right? And he was like, oh, God. Another kid comes along.
Yeah.
Right? And he was like blonde hair and that. Long hair.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's chasing me. All of a sudden, I see a group of people on some bikes. So I run over to him and I'm like, it's one of my mates from school.
I was going to say, I bet it's your mates.
It was one of my mates from school, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, mate, I need to borrow your bike. And he just went, all right. Just give me his bike. I went on, got on his bike, and I rode off. Yeah. I rode away from this person who was chasing me, and I rode into town.
All right,
which was a pretty stupid thing to do in hindsight, because that's
where
people are going to. Right. Anyway, I managed to get some clothes from this geezer, right?
Right.
So he gave me some clothes and that, so I could cover up my police gear.
It's not the Shawshank Redemption, this, is it? Really?
Oh God, yeah, it might be. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
There was never a rugby game at home.
No.
Anyway, so I go into town and that. I like walk into the shop, but I've got no money. I need to get money, but I need to like get a disguise.
What would be ironic is if you stole the money and then went to jail.
Well, let's just say. I walked into this shop.
Yeah.
And I thought, actually, this is a great trick, this. But I'm not condoning shoplifting, and I've never stole a thing in my life from a shop.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
But what I did was, I went into the shop, I walked around, I got loads of things in a bag, right? And then I got some sunglasses and just put them in my pocket. I went to the till and I was like, "Hi, love, I'm alright to just these, please." And she was like, "Yeah, no problem." And then I like sat like patting my like pockets and I'm like, "Oh God, I forgot my wallet. I only live around the corner. Am I right to just run and go get it?" She goes, "Oh yeah, no,
that's not a bad trick, actually.
No worry, love. Yeah, just run." I'm like, "Oh, thank you very much."
Exploiting the kindness of a stranger.
Yeah, he's pretty well. You know, it was desperate times. Anyway, I ran out, so I got these sunglasses. I'm like, yes, get in. Put these sunglasses on, looking cool and that.
Yeah.
Now a bit of time goes by again, and this is what I mean. This is what I didn't understand. These time jumps. Now I'm jumping like 2 years.
Yeah, right.
And it's like been
it's an epic.
Not 2 years, but like so many years, right?
Yeah.
And it's like the police officers need to find me on this day because that's the last. If they don't find me, they just drop in like all in, like like searches and that investigations.
Right. Oh, I see. Yeah.
So they drop it, right? Well, no, they don't drop it. They're on the last day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I walk into this pub, right? And there's like everyone's like, oh, like clapping and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, he's a legend. He's a legend. I respect what you've done.
All right.
I'm like, oh, thanks. And then I sat down. I'm like, I appreciate that, but I need some money.
He was still haven't had any money after all this time.
Yeah, he gives me loads of money and that. And anyway, well, I got like this train and that, and went to this, like, met up with them two people again.
All right.
That was it, really. But it was very realmish. It was realmish.
Don't know what to say about that.
It was realmish, that.
I really don't. I mean, I wasn't expecting that from you. This was an emergency dream or vision.
Well, I didn't call it. You bloody called it.
I might have been better just telling you why I am anyway. Well, I don't know. I mean,
but that's pretty realmish, isn't it?
I mean, well, we'll apply.
Well, some other stuff happened as well, like a spaceship got involved.
Now,
there was like a. There
weren't more.
No,
it's fine. I'm quite satisfied.
There was like an island. There was like an island and that, and I think, I went back to get the police officer. You know, the attractive woman. I went back to go get her.
Right.
So yeah, that was it, really.
Well, I mean, I don't think it was a vision deal. But are you thinking realmish?
Probably not. But realmish.
So he was in an astral jail. Well, the only thing I would say is that if I went to an astral jail, I would easily get out of it because I have powers in the realm, remember? And I don't know whether you've developed your powers yet, have you there?
Well, I mean, I got out.
Well, yeah, with the help of the attractive female.
But what I was thinking was, who is she? What's going on there? Do you know what I mean? Who are these people? This is what I mean. I don't understand why I've never, I don't even know these people. No. But they're helping me for some reason.
Yeah, I suppose. But, I mean, has this in any way prevented you from doing any work? Because
yeah, it has, very much so. It really has. You know what? It really has.
You know, my productivity is hit rock bottom, and I've explained why.
Well, I've just been thinking. I've been thinking heavily about these dream or visions and that. And
right.
I think I'm getting powerful now. I think there's more power coming along.
Yeah.
Because well, let me just tell you quickly about this one I had.
Oh God, go on.
No, but it's gonna be real quick.
We've never done 2 dream or visions.
No, but I just want to tell you real quick because I want to prove that I'm getting powerful.
All right.
Anyway, so I end up going to this Morrison's, right?
Yeah. Well, let's just say a supermarket or
a outlet of groceries.
Yeah, groceries. Yeah.
And anyway, I end up going to this shop and that with my best mate.
Right? Yeah.
And I'm like, just having a look around and that. Anyway, I bumped into what's he called again? Off Royal Family. Anthony. Bumped into Anthony off Royal Family.
Now, for our American viewers,
you probably have never seen it. So
you won't understand this, but you probably haven't understood any of it. So
well, it's his fault. Anyway, so I had a dream before.
Yeah.
He was in it. Anthony was in it.
All right.
And I said something jokingly, but he took offence to it.
Was he still in a mood with you from before?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So it was real weird.
Yeah,
so it was like a dream carried over.
Now, you know how I'm...
So I said something, and I knew, but when the funny thing was, when I saw him in that shop, I knew that he was going to be in a mood with me for what I previously said. And he was like, oh yeah. I was like, hiya mate. And he was like, oh yeah, it's you again.
So,
and he pushed me into these...
I suppose, Ralph Little, if you are listening, have you encountered a tall, gangly, weird gentleman in your dreams?
And if you have,
he didn't
email me at Elbis and Elbis, worldclassemail @gmail.com, and we'll have a chat because I'm a fan.
But you might be psychically connected to Ralph Little, and I might be.
That's twice he's come up in my dream.
Psychically engaged, let's just say.
Yeah.
And I don't mean engaged in a romantic manner.
Oh, yeah.
I mean engaged in combat.
Yeah.
With
I'm sure you
the
are.
Dark Lord.
God, well,
so
sounds you've got a bit of a thing for the Dark Lord, if it's...
don't even bring that.
Well, anyway, so... anyway, I'm in this Morrison's that. He shoves me into this aisle.
Yeah.
And then all, the bloody food goes everywhere.
He did?
Yeah.
Well, right.
And then I, ran off. And there's loads of police officers around now. Because they want to find out what's been going on. And there's we're going to find whoever did this and that.
That might be why you went to jail in the first one.
Bloody hell, it might be. Bloody
but you've had them the other way around. Because time is not...
And I put my hood up walking out the shop. Yeah. And put my thing up. So I didn't... I went on CCTV, right?
Yeah.
And I was walking down this road, right? And it's a real long road. And I was trying to run. But I couldn't run, and I said to me, and then that's when I actually realised in it I'm in a dream, right? And I said to my mate,
"That's realmish then."
Yeah, I said to my mate, "Where can you run?" And he was like, "No." And I said, "Neither." And I was like, "I think we're in a dream." And he went, "Yeah, we are."
Now, have you spoken to?
No,
said
no, I haven't. And
You
I
have
need to. I need
You
to.
have to. Yeah,
And
yeah,
I said, and this is a power I've obtained before. I said, I can't run, but I know I can jump.
Right, yeah. This is like when I was swimming.
Yeah. So what I do is, to get from one point to another,
I
jump real high up in the air,
like
and then
Super Mario. Or something like that.
Yeah. I jump real high up in the air and like go across, like float across the sky, and then just fall down, like glide.
Yeah.
So I knew I could do that, so I did that and got away.
Right.
But I just thought it was interesting how.
In a way, I'm going to be honest. I wish you'd have just told me that one. Because that was
but they could be connected.
The first one,
it
could be connected, yeah. But you could have just said, "Then I went to jail or something."
Yeah.
I had a dream where I was in jail.
Well, I never realised it was connected.
Do you know what I mean?
I never realised it was connected though.
I mean, that's.
But Ralph Little has been doing something. He's up to something.
Well, this is it. I mean, if you know Ralph Little, share this video with him and see.
Just get in touch and say what's going on here, because this is twice now, and I didn't mean it. Whatever I said, I didn't mean it. It was a joke. So stop taking so much offence to it.
Anyway,
that's done for me. I think
it's a mighty dream of vision. That, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you've all missed this feature, so you know.
Well, I hope you've missed it bloody a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll do the outro and then we can do any other business, can't we?
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Don't worry, it's not gonna be a long one.
All right. Well, go for it then.
All right. Don't you wonder sometimes if it's a dream or a vision?
Well, that was Dream or Vision, and I think the next part of the update really, an epic Dream or Vision, I'd say.
Well, this is not going to. This is just explaining why we've not been productive. In a way that only Elbis and Elbis can.
Yeah,
we could have just really made this 5 minutes and said, sorry, we haven't done the Christmas match. But, we like to fully explain ourselves.
But, I mean,
the fans know.
For me, I think I've covered everything I wanted to really update the fans.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is we're going to be doing another album review show very soon.
I think we'll let's just say, I think
could be tonight.
Recording it, and that would mean, for the first time in history, you... Elbis and Elbis fans, the Elbis and Elbis massive, would be receiving 2 episodes.
Now it's strange because the
first time in history.
The album review shows have been a massive hit, haven't they? A massive hit.
Oh,
we've had
huge,
great feedback on no dislikes, which we encourage you to dislike, but there have been massive.
You just can't help yourself.
And the thing about the album review shows, it's like. I mean, it's sort of beneath us because it's kind of like 99% of the other podcasts out there. It doesn't take a lot of brain power to do an album review.
Not really.
The content is there. You're just commenting on pre-made content like everybody else does. But it's whilst I am in my state of ferocity and unable to create, it's something that we can do in the meantime to keep the fans happy. So we might be doing one a bit later on. We've had more fan requests and we're just sort of sorting through the different fan requests.
We really want to pay back to you fans over this Christmas period.
Well, I mean, we don't owe them anything anyway.
Well, not really, so count yourself lucky, to be honest.
But, yeah, and we've missed the Christmas window now, so there's not going to be any Christmas merch. But that's not to say there won't be some merch coming out. So we might be doing a bit... later on, mightn't we?
Hope so. And if we do, there'll be a world-class tweet being sent out. So make sure you're on the Twitter if you're not already. Be following. That's 57 followers we're on right now.
Oh yes.
So keep following.
Rapidly climbing.
Yeah. Keep us going. Keep us going.
I think they're loving it as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. We never lose followers on Twitter.
We only gain.
So that's a positive sign.
That's true. That's very true. Well, for me, I think
that's it. Yeah, that's the update done. We've explained ourselves now, so
Well, I think for the first time today, hopefully there'll be a second time we do this. But we've been Elbis and Elbis. You've been world class.